So good evening, one and all. So good evening, one and all. I am at Arogyia Presskila, working as an assistant professor in SCAT College of Engineering Technology. I am very happy to present the seminar under the Research and Development Cell. Actually, now I am going to take the topic big data, because now I am doing the PhD in the area of big data. So I discuss something about the big data, then what are the challenges they are facing in the big data area. Okay, now I can move to the presentation. So it's my topic, big data. So I think everyone see my PPT? Okay. So now I'm going to present the PPT presentation, big data. So here, before telling something about the big data, tell something the introductions about the big data. So why you can move to the big data means the next the recent trend is we can move to the big data, because nowadays you can sharing so many datas are there. So whenever you want to share the data, all the datas can be stored in some places. So in the IT world, the big data is the it's will be the next big things in the IT world. So big data. So what is a big data means? Why you can move to the big data? So you can nowadays you can share so many things. So from one place to another place, whenever you want to share the data, it can you can store some places. So for these things, it need the some specific locations, some space, some capacity, some whenever you want to process the data, you want to process the particular data. From the data, you can analyze the data. So for these things, you can we can see the new trend is the big data. So here. So next we can see what is big data. Actually, nowadays, already told, now we can share so many data. For example, Walmart. So Walmart handle more than 1 million customer transaction every hours. So for each hour, they can transfer the transaction done by the 1 million done by the 1 million customers. Then Facebook handle the 40 billion photos they can share. Then so whenever you can for the reason in earlier stage, whenever you want to decode in the human genome means it take 10 years to process. Now with the help of big data, it can be achieved in 1 week. So for this purpose, so when you want to one particular want to store large data means you need the some space, you need the large amount of space, so the data can be processed in some processed, and then you can analyze the data. So for this purpose, you can move to the big data. So what is a big data? So what is a big data means? It is nothing. It is a large collection of heterogeneous data. It is a large collection of heterogeneous data. That is, what is heterogeneous means? It is it's a different types of data. So whenever you can say data means it is a related information. Data means it is a, commonly you can say what is my data means it is a related information. So what is a big data means? It is a data, but it has a different types of data. Okay, so it is called as big data. So from the word big, okay, big means it is a large. Okay, there's a large collection of different types of data can be stored, processed, and analyzed. Okay, then you can move to the next slide. So there are three characteristics. Mainly, the big data, it has a three characteristics. One is the volume, velocity, variety. So what is the volume? So volume means it is a data. quantity. So you want to nowadays you are all of you using the WhatsApp. So when you WhatsApp, what are doing? You're sharing the data. Okay, so you can share the data from one user to another users. Not only share, whenever you want to share the data, you're sharing the video data, audio, images, then text documents, whatever things you can share through the WhatsApp. So so many users are there. So when users sharing the data, it have a large quantity. So that quantity can be specified in terms of volume. That is one of the characteristics of big data. The second characteristic is the velocity. So what is the velocity? Means it is a data speed. So you can store large amount of data. So from this data, you can process the processing the data. You can processing the data. So how much speed, how much time it take to process the particular data means it can be determined by the velocity. That is speed of processing. That is term defined in terms of velocity. So next one, variety. So what is a variety? Means in big data, all types data comes under the big data. That is data types. So data types means, so you can store any types of data in the big data. So actually it's a large collection of data. What is a big data? Means it is a large collection of data. It can be stored in one place. That is, for example, you are storing the data in the cloud. Okay, so in cloud you are storing the data. The data can be considered as a big data. It's nothing. So big data and cloud computing, so both are it's a it is both are joined together. Okay, so both are joining one. So so there are three characteristics: volume, velocity, then variety. So volume is a data quantity, velocity is a data speed, variety is a data types. So now you can see one by one. So volume. Okay. So here in 2000, the personal computers, it have a in PC have 10 gigabytes of storage only. So today, Facebooks, it can share 500 terabytes of new data. Every day it can share the 500 terabytes of data. Then Boeing 737, that is, it is generate the 240 terabytes of flight data whenever during a single flight across the years. So the same thing, the smartphones, they can create the data and also to consume the data. The same thing, the sensor is also in every day it can create some new data can be transmitted. So you can sharing the data. When you share, sensor can share the data, contain the environmental locations, then so many informations are there, including videos, audios, everything can be shared. Okay, so whenever you want to share some data, whenever you want to share the data from one place to another, that the data can be stored in one location, then it can be transferred to the another location. So it is considered as the volume of big data. Then velocity. So what is the velocity? Means it is a speed of processor. This just a simple, we can say it is the speed of processor. So here speed means, for example, the click streams and ad impressions capture the user bits millions of events per seconds. The same the high frequency stock trading algorithms, it can reflect the market changes within microseconds. So then machine to machine processor, it's change the data between the billions of devices. So here, so it indicates the speed is very important when you want to extract the data, when you want to process the data. The speed is very important. That is the second characteristics. The next one, variety. So variety means all the data comes under the big data. So it is not just the number, dates, and string. Big data is also a geospatial data, 3D data, audio, video, unstructured text. So log files, social media, everything comes under the big data. So here, so all the types of data can be stored in the comes under the big data. Means you are not use the traditional database system. So because traditional database system, it can be designed only for the structured data type. So structured data type means it is some format is there, then rows and columns. The data can be stored in the form of tables. So that type of data that can be processed, analyzed by the traditional database system. But the traditional database system, it's not addressing the big data. So so you can move to the what are the things, it is the challenges. Okay, so traditional database system, it's not analyzing the big data, so you can move to the so which one is helpful to analyze the big data, which one is helpful to processing the big data, so which thing is analyzing, which thing is sharing the help to sharing the big data. So that is the challenges of big data. Nowadays the researchers, they can develop the algorithm, they can developing the framework to analyze the processing the big data. So big data, there are three different types of structure of big data. So types of big data, one is a structure, second one is a semi-structure, unstructured. So data can be classified into three types. So mainly the structure, structure and unstructured is the main two type. So semi-structure is the additional one. What is a structured data means? It is the most traditional data sources. For example, nowadays you want to store the employee data, means you want to store the employee ID, employee name, employee salary, employee age, that things, it can be stored in that form of table. That is considered as a structured data. So what is the unstructured data means? It is video data, audio data, then image data, so the space data, atmospheric data, all things comes under the unstructured data. So what is the semi-structured data means? It behave both structure and unstructured. It is not classified, it is a structure. Some data cannot be classified as it's a structure or unstructured. So that data comes under the semi-structured data. So why we can move to the big data? So what is a big data means? It's a collection of large amount of data, large amount of different types of data. Then what are the characteristics means? The main three characteristics is a volume, velocity, then variety. Then now we can see why we can move to the big data. So here, so whenever the big data, the data can be grown day by day, means what will happen? The storage capacity, we need the large amount of storage capacity. We must increase the processing power. Then you have a different data are available. So from this availability of data, so what will happen means, you can for this storage capacity, for processing, for availability of data, so you need the separate additional architecture, additional technology tools are needed to handle the big data. So the same thing, today's Facebook generate the 10 terabytes data, Twitter generate the 7 terabytes of data daily, then IBM. So day by day the data can be grown. Okay, so for this it need the new technology. So from where you get the data? So you can get the data from the user side, you can get the data from the application, you can get the data from system sensors. So the day by day the data can be grown and it can be large file. So from this data, what are the things you can do means, you can examine the large amount of data. Why you can examine the large amount of data means, so many data are there, something you want to need means, you can analyzing the data. So from the data you can take whatever things you need. So when, suppose you have a suppose you want to, for example, you want to go to library, suppose you need some particular book means, you can search the book. The same thing, in big data, so many data are available. So whatever things you needed, you can analyze in the particular day, analyzing all the data, you can examine all the large amount of data. From this you can predict, okay, what are the things we needed. So from this you can predict the appropriate information. Then you can identification of hidden patterns, then unknown correlation. So what are the advantages? So with the help of, what is the purpose means, when you want to start new business, okay, when you want to start the new business means, so you need some information. So from where you get the information means, from the suppose you want to where you get the information means, you get the information from the data only. Okay, from the get the big data. So from the so many data are there. From this you can analyze the data. So you can develop the new business, and also you can create the new business, and also you can develop the old business with the help of big data analysis. So that is a better business decision, then effective marketing, customer satisfaction, increased revenue. So here where the data are generation, for example, from mobile devices, you can generating the data, microphones, readers, scanner, science facilities, program softwares, then social media, camera. So these are the data generation points, generating the data daily basis. Okay. So here, what are the types of tools used in big data? So big data, so it is a large amount of data. So here where the processing is hosted. So where the processing hosted means it is hosted in the distributed server or cloud side. That is, for example, Amazon EC2, that is a cloud, one of the cloud service provider. So you can store processing is hosted here. Then where the data is stored means distributed storage. In distributed storage, you can the data can be stored. Example, Amazon S3. What is the programming model? What is the programming model means? So distributed processing. Actually, already told, big data means it's a large collection of data. It can be stored. It's not be stored in this particular location. It can be stored in some in distributed manner. It can be stored in the distributed manner. So it can say it is a distributed processing. So in this example, they say the map reduce. So what is the map reduce? There are two functions are there, map functions and reduce functions. Okay, so what is a map function means? So for example, you can give the one work to the one particular person. You can give the input means the input can be divided into n number of inputs that can be given to the slave mode. Then slavers, they can do some work, then that work is integrated by the reduce functions. So that is a map reduce function. That is a map function. N number of inputs are there. That n number of inputs are n number of inputs are that inputs are distributed in the n nodes. So the nodes are doing some calculation, them doing some processing. That is a map function. Then all the so the map functions produce some intermediate result that can be given to the reducer. It can merging all the intermediate results and give the appropriate result by using the help of reducer functions. This is the map reduce function. Then how data is stored and indexed. It is a how here in big data, how data is stored and indexed means here you can using the high performance scheme free database, for example MongoDB. It can be used for storing the data. Then what operations are performed on data means it is you can doing the data analytic and semantic processing. So where you can apply the big data analytics means in smarter healthcare system, in security system, in traffic control system, manufacturing system, in multi-channel sales, telecommunication system, in trading analytics, in search quality. So these are the application area you can apply the big data analytics. So you can analyze the data. From this analysis you can predict. For example, in healthcare, you want to find out the particular disease. So many data are there. When you want to find the particular disease, what will do when you can take the X-ray, then scan report, blood test. So whatever the things, so blood test is the output of blood test is in the form of one documentation, and then X-ray is the another different types of data, then scanning report is another types of data. So from all the types of data, from the types of different types of data, you can analyzing data to find what's the disease the particular patient have. Okay, so is a one example. The same thing, security purpose, the traffic control. You can analyze in so many traffic control informations you are getting by RFD. Okay, RFID, and then CC from for this you can from this data you can analyzing the data, then you can controlling the traffic. The same thing, manufacturing, multi-channel sales. So sales means how it is very useful for sales means you can you have you can collecting the user behavior, customer behavior, sales, customers likes and dislikes of the particular product, what are the things they can like, then seasonable product, these are the things you can analyze. So based on the analysis you can identify which customers like the particular product, what are the which customers are like the why they are not liking the particular product. All things are analyzed by with the help of big data analytics. So these are the application of big data analytics. So here so what is the main challenges? What is the main challenges of big data means? So what are the challenges? The research area. So data storing, data analyzing and processing, data extraction, security and privacy issues. So what is the data storing? So here big data is so many data are there. So whenever you want to store the data, you don't know where the data can be stored. Okay, so because actually in big data they can store the data in the distributed manner. So here you don't know where the data can be stored. It is a one main drawback. So data storing is the main challenges. So where the data can be stored, it is available or not, it is secure or not, so you don't know. So data analyzing and processing. So second challenge is the data analyzing and processing. So in data analyzing and processing, you can analyze all the data. So many data are there, so it can be stored in the distributed manner. So suppose you want to extract a particular data, means you can analyze all the data. It is very difficult. And there is also processing is also very difficult for the big data. So then data extraction is also one of the main challenges of big data. So next one, security and privacy issue. So actually now in my PhD, my research is going on under the topic security and privacy. So this is the why we can move to the security and privacy means. So all the users can share the information. The data can be stored in somewhere location. So you don't know whether our data is very security or privacy. So suppose some information. Suppose you want to buy one product, you can give your information, name, mobile number, your account number. You can share, you can write, you can give all the information to the particular provider. So you don't know it is whether it is safe or not. Okay, so for this, the security and privacy is the main issues of big data. So many for security and privacy, so many techniques are there to secure the data. So basically, in computer science, whenever you want to protect something, they can do. When you want to share the information from one place to another place, you can want to share the data in secure manner, means they can use some encryption algorithm. So for example, they can using the symmetric encryption algorithm, asymmetric symmetric encryption algorithm. So they can using the public key and private key can be used to encrypt the particular data. So with the help of key, they can encrypt the data. Then the same key can be used to decrypt the data, means it is called as symmetric encryption algorithm. So in other case, that is asymmetrical encryption algorithm, that is a public and private key. So one side they can encrypt the data with the help of private key. On the other side, they can decrypt the data with the help of the public key, means it is a asymmetric encryption algorithm. So many encryption algorithms are there to secure the big data. So nowadays they can research is going on because still now you are not getting the optimal solution for security in the big data. So the research is going on how the data can be stored, then analyzed, then extract, then sharing in secure manner. So these are the main challenges of big data. Thank you. Any doubt? So any queries are there? So thank you for listening. Okay, thank you.